call this a statement win for your program? And if so, what statement did you guys just make?
I would say yes, because, as Huddy said after the game, they were ranked first in the RPI. So, we just beat the #1 team in the nation, I guess. You can say that. So, really big statement,
I only really think it's a statement because the way we want to go, we got to beat teams like that, so it's just a win.
That's good stuff. You look at at Virginia Tech, that's got to be the biggest team in the country. How much did their physical size play into your preparation, and what was the key to handling that size?
Preparing for training, we would do like a bunch of corners, balls in the box. As you can see, I had to come out in a couple. It was very physical, but I think our preparation and our mentality and our mindset really, and our focus, especially in training, every detail, we helped us for this win. And I think passion. We have more passion. So I think.
You set up both goals tonight. Do you get as much satisfaction out of setting up a teammate for a big goal as you do out of scoring one yourself?
I think scoring is a little different, but in the end, it doesn't matter who scores the goals.
Like that.
What adjustments did you all make at halftime? What did you talk about in the locker room? Because it looked like the field sort of tilted in the second half. So what changed after the intermission?
Go ahead, you go.
We just want to keep going like in the first half because we knew we could play through them, and that's what we focused on, keeping the ball again and playing through them and being more disciplined defensively.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Kieran, take us through your run that ended up in the goal, and just, it wasn't your only run that you made in the game, but obviously it's the one that ended up in the game winner. What did you see there, and what did you try to do?
I think I do those runs a lot, and when I come into the box from the left side, I have to set someone up, and I just saw Danny in the for a cutback, and I just played him.
Where you set up Danny for that goal, and a couple minutes later, Martin makes that diving save. As one of his teammates, does that kind of a save give the rest of you guys as much of a lift as the goal?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if you remember, but I saw that catch and I screamed at you. Well done, Martini.
Yeah, I
and
clearly
that's just like a goal. Like good save like that gives you energy like a goal.
Yeah, Martini, it looked like you were just slightly leaning the other way, and then you had to bounce back to the left to make the save. What did you recall in that moment?
Honestly, at those moments, it's really instinct, and I could see, the ball was on the right side, so if he would have headed it right, I would have gone in there too, and then he just happened to header it the left side, and I just used, I guess, my springy legs to get there, Yeah.
The second goal to Owen, you take the corner kick. Are you looking specifically for him, or are you just trying to get it into an area?
Yeah,
one of your guys.
Yeah, I can't play two with one exact person. We have areas where we want the ball to go, and one of them has to be there.
Martin, what has this meant to you to have this opportunity after, this is your 4th year in college, your first chance to see significant action? What has it meant to you after the work that you've done?
To me, it means like everything. I always had like faith in God that I was going to get an opportunity. I just never knew when, and thank God I had a lot of people along my side at Oregon State and over here that just kept me going, kept my belief, and my talent and my abilities and my mindset to keep going, and that one day I was going to get my opportunity, and I just had to keep working hard for that. And in training, it starts in training. I remember Huddy said in the beginning of this year, he said, it all starts in training, that you need to do good in training and you're going to get your opportunity on the field. And I took every training as a game day. I prepared every day, every training like it was game day, and I got my opportunity versus Cal, now UIW, and here, and I just I want to keep going. I want to keep winning for this university. I want to leave a legacy here. Try to win a national championship. That's my goal. I know it's possible.
Were there any teammates or coaches along the way here at SMU that have helped keep you motivated? Obviously, you're a very internally motivated person, but who's come alongside you and helped keep you up?
As coaches, I think I would say at Oregon State, Alex Rangel. He's a goalkeeper coach there. Now he's a goalkeeper coach somewhere else. And then my teammate over there, he was my roommate, Javier Armas. He plays for Atlanta United too. And then as another coach, he was the last goalkeeper coach here, Zach Downs. He really helped me a lot. And Jaime Ibarra too, my goalkeeper coach at the moment, you know. And Huddy too. I mean, he asked me, he told me I was gonna get my opportunity versus Cal, and he asked me if I was ready, and I told him I was born ready. You know, I was born ready for that game, and we won.
What has Jaime meant for your development?
I
Where
mean,
has he helped you the most?
I think I've had conversations. You know, when I wasn't starting, I came in there and to talk to him that I wanted to play. You know, I told him I want to leave a legacy. I just don't want to leave not playing. So he's meant like, you know, him playing here, being like the same height as me. You know, he says that we're always going to be, you know, looked upon, you know, like in crosses, like we can't get there because we're short and all that. But he said that, you know, you just have to keep like a positive mindset and keep going. And he's just been there for me, you know, keeping me up and believing in me. That's the most part. Yeah, I think so.
Thank you. Kieran, obviously this team can be offensively dangerous, but it seems like it's been kind of stop-start at the beginning of this year. Now you guys, you know, you're fully healthy. You're getting some midfielders back that are very offensively minded, very have the ability to be good in the final third. What is this team looking to do offensively now that you are more healthy, more complete to what you could be?
I think we want to create more chances, score more goals, because I think we haven't scored more than 2 in the game so far, and I think we gotta just score more. We got the players for that. So
We talked about how big the guys for Virginia Tech are, and you mentioned being a goalie who's not 6'5" or anything. Some of those corner kicks, it looked like they put the whole team in the goal with you. How did you even see where the ball was?
I like to stand on my tippy toes, and as I don't know if y'all can hear me, but I just like screaming and being like loud and maybe just obnoxious. I don't know if I said that right, and just getting in their head, you know. And I think passion, that's the most thing, you know. Just like thinking I can get there, and if you think you can get there, I mean, most of the time you can get there. And yeah.
One thing Steve and I noticed was they were bringing up those center backs, like even during the run of play, not just on set pieces necessarily, like you guys might, you know, bring the center backs up during set pieces. They were doing it sometimes during the run of play when they had some possession. How different is that, and how aware do you have to be of that at the time?
Can you repeat that question?
Yeah, it seemed like during the run of play, like while the ball was in play,
Yeah.
not just on a set piece,
Okay.
they were bringing those big center backs up the field into the box to try to be targets. How different is that than what you guys normally face, or were you ready for that?
I mean, yeah. I mean, we take every game day as, you know, they're not the same opponents, but I mean, it's a 90-minute game. You know, there's one ball, 11 players on each side. So, I mean, like I said again, if you have passion, I mean, I think that's, at the end of the day, that's what matters. I don't think, of course, college soccer's physicality, but, I mean, as you can see here, it wasn't really, we took the win 2-0, so yeah.
It was physical. Danny got hurt in the first half.
Yeah.
Nico got hurt in the first half. How close do you think you were to losing those guys for the rest of the night?
I don't think we're close to that. I think with the adrenaline, they want to play, and I think they're doing fine.
Level of competition over the next 2 games, FIU is normally pretty good, but you know, it's not the ACC, right? It's non-conference games. How do you keep the focus, Kieran, through those non-conference games, just like you guys had tonight?
I don't know how it is for the others, but for me, every game is the same. We want to win every game, and that's how we treat every game. If ACC or not, we want to win.
Ever since it was announced that SMU was moving to the ACC, Coach Hudson has been talking about how it's the toughest soccer conference in the country. You guys had very tough games earlier in the year against Denver and Pittsburgh. Did those games help tonight as you had to kill off this game against a good Virginia Tech team?
To be honest, it might be the most stacked conference, but in the end, we all play college soccer, and I don't see a big difference.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let us break you in.
players. Was this a statement game? And if so, what kind of statement did your guys just make?
Oh, I'd be interested to hear what they say. Yeah, I mean, like, we challenged them to play against a team who's big and athletic and physical, and still play the way we want to play. We talked about standing up in a fight and, putting your chest out and your head up and winning tackles and duels, and they did it. Is it a statement? I don't know. I mean, it's so early. But yeah, I mean, in men's college soccer, I think anybody can beat anybody on any given day. But yeah, I mean, that's a good ACC team. They were undefeated. But like, yeah, it's one win. This is not like the defining moment of the season. It's a good win in the ACC. It's our first home win. We got 2 in a row now. So, yeah, it's a great step. But at the same time, like, this is a program that should win those games. We're at home against a top 25 opponent. And I don't think there shouldn't be a team out there that the guys look at and say, like, oh, man, I don't think we can beat them. I mean, there are teams that may have more talent, and there may be teams that have less. But on this field, I feel really comfortable. You roll anybody in here, and we will compete. I'm not going to say we win every game, but these guys should not be afraid of any team in the ACC. We will win some more, I think, and we will probably lose some more. So, yeah. So statement win. I don't know. Maybe it opens a few eyes throughout the country that we can win in this league. But I don't think there were a whole lot of people that doubted that SMU has the history or pedigree or talent in order to win games. So.
We talked before the game about how Virginia Tech has a huge lineup. And you guys only practiced once since your last game. Obviously, you can't just teach your players to grow in practice to replicate that. So how did you prepare for it, and what was the key to handling that size?
Yeah, I mean, they're massive, large group of young men. So, yeah, I mean, winning a physical challenge in the box in an aerial duel is as much about, it's as much about positioning and competitiveness and fight that it is about size, So we have some guys that I thought Lamar and Brock and Owen were fantastic tonight. All 3 of them, absolutely. I mean, they won nearly every duel in the box. I think Martin made 1 save on a header, but yeah, I mean, it's decision making. At the end of the day, it's like, do you want in a 1v1 duel who is going to win and get to the ball? And if the positioning is right and they don't get a free header and you're always touching them and there's a bump, it's really hard to get clean contact. So they made the right choices and defended it properly.
You bring up Lamar, and you brought him up first. I thought he kind of, before we talk about the offense, kind of jumped off the field. And I don't know if you feel the same way after watching the video, but what did you see from Lamar in this particular game?
Yeah, I mean, Lamar he's been really good over the last few weeks. No, he defended really well. He was isolated 1v1 at times. I don't know if they ever got down or behind the left side on Lamar, if I can remember. Yeah, he and Kieran had a nice little partnership there. Yeah, Lamar's been sick for a few days, and he said maybe I should be sick before every big game. But no, he was fantastic in that, he's a really competitive kid that gets, who has, he has the ability to play out and the belief to do it and the guys around him. So, yeah, it's just been about trusting Lamar and people pouring confidence into him, and he's a very strong believer in himself. I'll bet on Lamar any day.
Speaking of confidence, you mentioned the other defenders, one of whom, Owen, got his first goal of his career tonight. And again, he did it by climbing the ladder against a team that looks like a basketball team out there. To have such a strong performance on the defensive end and to get that insurance goal for you, what does that do for him going forward?
Yeah, I mean, O's had he's had a really good year. I would say probably the first 15 minutes of this game might have been one of the more challenging because he he played vertical, and we gave the ball away a few times. So guys were getting a little frustrated with him. But then the second half, end of the first half was great, and then the second half performance was really good, along with the other guys in the back line. And then, yeah, he's a, it was a big slab of meat, man. So they whip the ball in there, and he can go up and get it. So he's very talented in the air. Sometimes he can be unassuming, but like the kid's a monster in the air at those moments. So I didn't think he was going to get it. I mean, he outjumped the goalkeeper. So that play was designed to, to put the ball in a dangerous area. We had two guys in a good spots to win it, and yeah, that was drawn up by Coach Ibarra a couple days ago, and said this is the first corner we'll run off that side, and yeah, sure, it worked.
I'm sure it's the first of many for Danny, but how nice was it to have him back on the field, and what difference did he make? Not only scoring the goal, but also midfield play for you guys.
And not getting a yellow card.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Danny was really good. He's just like, he's so, he's just so small and quick, and he's, always turning, and he's hard to get close to, and he's always drawing fouls, and he's just a little, he's really talented in how he plays the final ball, but he's, he's a tough little, like, pain in the ass to play against. So, yeah, he hadn't scored yet, hadn't had an assist either, and he's always creating. So, yeah, for him to get his first is really important for him and the team. So, yeah, we debated whether to start him in the second half or bring him on, and I'm glad we started him in the second half because he can just do some special things with the ball. He just keeps the ball so close, and how he dribbles, it's tough to get it off him.
Got to talk about Martin. I know I don't remember every save of his tonight, I think, because the big one sticks out so much. What was your view of that save?
He had two of them.
Obviously,
yeah, two that we were behind, two 1v1 moments behind. Those are the moments that Martin excels in, like 1v1 in tight, like he's really quick. So yeah, he deserved the opportunity, and he's made the most of it. So the guys he's full of belief, and the guys are full of belief in him, and he has all of our trust as well. So we're looking forward to seeing him keep going.
It's easy to talk about the goal scorers and talk about Martin and the defense when you get a shutout, but some of the other guys in the middle third, it seemed like all night we were talking about Alex Salvo, we were talking about Niko Djordjevic, just time and time again saying what a great play one or the other had just made.
Yeah.
Where do you think tonight was as far as their strongest performances, and how have you seen the biggest growth in their games?
Yeah, I mean, Niko is like we've said it a few times in these, like he's a really unique player in like how he dribbles the ball, and like he's really hard to get it off. You say corners like a Porsche, like he's just kind of always turning and spinning out of things. So, yeah, another good game from him. But we've become accustomed to it. So he can create and do some really unique things in how he dribbles and takes players on, and he just happens to scoot by guys. It's kind of unassuming when you watch him. He just scoots out of things. So, and Salvo, yeah, there's not a whole lot you can say. He's just such an unsung, valuable piece of the team. It takes maybe not, but like he's just so consistent and reliable, and if other guys mess up, you can always count on Salvo just to clean it up. He's just always in the right spot. You can't get him off the field. So I wanted to get him a break, but you just can't get him a break. So, yeah, he's had an excellent year, and he's getting better. So from where he was 2 years ago to the performance he's had last year to where he is now, like, yeah, there's not a whole lot more I can say other than he's become a big-time player for us.
You've always talked about your team learning to close out games when you get a lead. How much did earlier tough games against like Pittsburgh and Denver and that help you tonight as you shut the door on a really good Virginia Tech team?
Yeah, we changed shape and went like 5-4-1 to try to kill it off. And we brought on some guys. We brought on Noah Irvin, and we brought on Brendan. We brought on Enzo. We brought on Rich. Those are guys who are just like winners, and can see those things out. So other guys retiring, we brought on the guys to close the game down. Yeah, there's still some things we do that are a little naive in like how we play some balls and take some risks, and like we're always a team that our identity is built into like how we want to keep the ball in play, and sometimes killing games off takes, I'm not going to pass the ball, I'm just going to dribble on the sideline, I'm going to have them kick it out for a throw-in, and we're going to kill 30 seconds, and then we're going to protect the ball in the corner, and they're going to kick it out again, and like, you know, you want to kill a game, and you know, with 6 minutes left, the ball's in the corner, and then like you look up and there's only 2 minutes left, we haven't even left the corner, you know, so that's how you kill a game. The guys, we do train it, it's something we focus on. You want to be 1-0, 2-0 up, and you know, and those are moments that these guys are prepared for. So yeah, happy that they saw it happen.
Kieran set up both goals tonight, one on the corner, one on the drive all the way to the end line.
Mm-hmm.
He looks a little different this year as far as his playmaking, his getting serves into the middle. What are the big differences you see in Kieran compared to years past?
No, Kieran's always been a top player. Yeah, I mean, Kieran like oozes confidence, you know, like Kieran is going to do some special things because Kieran has unwavering self-belief, and he can do some magical things. You know, there are, and I said it, I don't know how long ago, like that kid has the ability, I mean, he should be playing professionally in 3 months. He will graduate. I think he has the potential, he has the ability to be one of, if not the best left back in the country, because he can score, he can create, he's athletic, he can defend, he's good in the air, like the kid has it. So, yeah, sometimes the decision-making can make me pull my hair out, but special players want to do special things sometimes. So, yeah, he's just so unique. Yeah, he's very talented.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.